Hello, I'm David Chaston, standing in for Bernard Hickey today with 90 at 9, brought to you in association with the Bank of New Zealand. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with news that the sovereign credit rating downgrades just keep coming. Over the weekend, Italy was downgraded by Moody's 3 notches to AA from AAA, and Spain was cut by Fitch by 2 notches to AA-. Belgium's AAA rating was also put under review by Moody's. And the ratings downgrades didn't stop there. Moody's cut ratings for 9 Portuguese banks and did the same for 12 British banks. In the case of Britain, it said that the prospects for those banks hadn't changed, but the regulatory environment means that the taxpayer is less likely to bail them out if they get into difficulties. Among their big banks, only HSBC, Barclays and Standard Chartered escaped those changes. Across the Atlantic, the US economy added 103,000 jobs in September, higher than many economists had expected. But the US jobless rate was unchanged at 9.1%. Although the figures were boosted by the return to work of 45,000 striking telco workers, employment data from August and July was revised upwards. Here in New Zealand, all eyes were on last week's cut by the sovereign credit rating by both Fitch and Standard & Poor's from AA+ to AA. That was for the New Zealand government's foreign currency rating, but unnoticed by many was that both agencies cut our government's domestic currency ratings 1 notch as well. And for New Zealand dollar obligations, the government no longer has a AAA rating. It is now AA+. And that will mean upward pressure on the price of New Zealand dollar bonds. Maybe not a lot, but when you've issued $67 billion worth of them, every little added premium means more tax that needs to be collected and longer to pay them back. The international markets were quiet over the weekend, and the New Zealand dollar starts this week at 77 US cents. Gold will open at $1,652 an ounce, having drifted steadily down from its high point at the beginning of September. Oil, on the other hand, has risen $5 since the beginning of the month, along with a similar rise in the Dow. Interestingly, in China, however, the government there has reduced the price of petrol and diesel over the weekend, and along with falls in housing costs, says it's all part of their plan to tackle growing inflation pressures. I'm David Chaston, and that was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with the Bank of New Zealand.